Welcome back to the Better Lives podcast. I'm your host, Caitlin.
And I'm Eric.
And today we are talking about side hustles. Here at Central Willamette, we have your financial future top of mind. And we know that in the current economy, it's more important than ever to make as much money as possible. And that's why people choose a side hustle.
Yeah, with prices increasing the way they seem to be just going up forever, side hustles are definitely a great way to add a little bit more money to your finances and your bottom line. Today we're going to talk about a few things, and Caitlin's going to drop a few ideas, and we're going to ask good old ChatGPT and see what they say about the top 10 side hustles of 2024. So Caitlin, what do you think about side hustles?
Yeah, I think with side hustles, it's really important to pick something that you actually care about and want to do. I mean, if you're already working a 40-hour-a-week job, you don't want to do something in your free time that is super unenjoyable. So my suggestion would be to identify your skills, interests, any relevant hobbies that you do already have, and find a way to turn those into a side hustle that can make you money.
Yeah, a lot of times, I mean, you have skills, you have interests, and again, like Caitlin said, certain hobbies that actually can make you some money on the side. Mm-hmm. It might not be enough to cover your entire expenses, which is why you're not doing them full time. But if you do them on the side, it's a great way to supplement different activities that you do, whether it's getting an extra coffee sometimes, going on a vacation, or just helping out with just the bottom line bills.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, some side hustles can turn into a full income. Like if you figure out, oh wow, I'm actually making really good money at this and I do enjoy it, you could turn that into your full-time job.
That's usually the ultimate goal, especially if it's something you enjoy. My dad always used to say, if you enjoy what you do for work, you'll never have to work again.
So every adult says that.
I know, that's right. It's like one of those good old sayings that, I strive towards every day. So hopefully finding those things that I enjoy, and again, one of these days, make them your full-time career.
So one way to pick which side hustle to start is to figure out if there is demand for that specific side hustle. So let's say you really want to do Uber. Go on the Uber app and just see what's out there. Maybe look on online forums, see if people are really using it in your area. That way you'll know if it's worth it to do the background check and the vehicle inspection and get your account set up.
Yeah, definitely do some research on anything you're going to do before that, especially with those common side hustles such as Uber. But also just think about some of the skills you have, whether it's, maybe you're a good creative writer, maybe you like talking or just helping scheduling out your own week. Maybe you can use those as certain side hustles for other people, offer those services. Like I said, ChatGPT, great for information. Their top 10 side hustles from 2020 to 2024, freelance writing, online tutoring, virtual assistant, e-commerce, graphic design.
What is the e-commerce?
The e-commerce one is, they say selling products online either through your own website or platforms like eBay or Etsy. And also just, there's other platforms as well you can look through on that, a lot more on that. And then also social media management, especially today, if you're not on the internet, you're not really existing, and social media is a great way to reach out to a lot of people and get some free advertisements.
And also, like if you want to do that one, it's super easy to reach out to small companies in your area and just say, hey, for $500, I'll do this and this and this every month for you.
Yeah. And even if you start out just like, hey, offer some certain companies like, hey, let me give me a trial. This is what I generally offer for pricing. I'll give them a trial run for free, maybe 30-day option. Again, a lot of social media management has to do with photos as well. So you can kind of even like turn that into like taking pictures for people as well. I know a lot of people do side hustles of family photos, business photos.
Photography is huge.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law, that's like her whole thing, and she makes bank.
Yeah. It's all about perspective from that. Also, another thing you can do if you enjoy working out, you can become a personal fitness trainer, offer different solutions to friends and families. Pet sitting, dog walking. I know Caitlin was telling me something about some program she used for dog walking, which I could go into that a little bit more.
Yeah, so I did more of it last year. We're not doing too much right now, but I got really into the app Rover. It's like $50 to sign up, but once you do, the requests just started rolling in. I made about $6,000 last year doing dog walking and pet sitting in my house.
That's crazy. I never would even thought about dog sitting. That totally makes sense. Nowadays, everyone says like dogs are like my kids or pets are like my kids. So definitely I understand like the need for that, especially when you're traveling and leaving.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people don't want to use like traditional boarding. It's expensive, first of all, and you don't know really what's going on there. And so with the Rover, I would send like updates every day to the families, and I got so many good reviews, just kind of snowballed.
That's actually pretty awesome. Yeah.
It's
I'm
really
going to have
cool.
to check that out this year.
You should.
I like pets, but I like giving them back better. So it's, they're fun to play with, but fun to give back. Another thing too is, I mean, if you're not going to want to walk dogs or you're allergic to dogs, you can always clean houses and offices. That's always going to be one of those trades that just never going to go away. I don't think you can ever automate. I mean, there's a Roomba out there, but you're never going to be able to automate dishwashing or
my
like
Roomba
cleaning.
works overtime.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My Roomba's gone. It does not work because I did not use it the right way. But
what happened to it?
I don't know. Something got sucked into it somewhere. I had it for a short time. It was so long ago. And it was also the early iterations of it. Yeah. So I kind of gave up on that. And then as we were talking about earlier, ride sharing. That's a really common one as well. We're kind of talking about this earlier as well, some side hustles. This is not too known and not don't too many people take advantage of it, but sometimes you can be a background actor. There's places that you can just submit a picture of yourself and they just send out mass emails letting you know that there's movies or TV shows being produced and they just need someone to stand in the background. You can make a few bucks doing that.
Well, that's wild to me because I thought that extras like didn't make any money ever. I thought it was just like totally volunteer. But hearing you can actually make money on that is pretty cool.
There's some full-time background actors out there. And obviously it ranges anything from $15 to $20 an hour.
But
sometimes, I mean, just sitting out there hanging out, I mean, you're not doing much. Plus you get to see a little movie magic from the background. But sometimes that does like, oh, that's how they do that? And it kind of takes away from the magic a little bit. But you get paid to do that. So it's pretty fun. I did it a couple times just because I watched a lot of TV. I told my kids, I was like, hey, someday I can be that background guy. And I'll make them watch all those movies. But the only time I was ever really in the background, I was in there for 2 seconds, couldn't really see me. And then the other one didn't make it onto cable. So
well, that's still really cool you got to do that.
It was super fun. Long days, got paid a little bit, but it was fun. So, those uncommon side hustles, again.
Like be creative,
yeah,
right?
Anything you can think of, you can try to get paid for. There's online websites like Fiverr
yeah.
where you can actually go out and then do a lot of the freelance stuff, like the creative writing, offer your services for cleaning, but people actually go there and look for that. And then like Caitlin says, if you build up a reputation, then you get the top of the list on those.
And one thing you could think about as well is reselling. It's super big right now. And you can like go to a thrift store and buy some clothes and then post them on apps like Poshmark, eBay, and people will actually buy them. You can actually make tons of money doing that. So
I love the old saying, someone's treasures or someone's trash is someone else's treasure. I find so much treasure in other people's trash, I guess.
Yeah. If you like shopping, you can turn it into money.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
Absolutely. Any other ideas or any other side hustles that are unusual that you take advantage of?
I don't think so. I think there's so many, and we could go on and on for hours just talking about all the different ones. But really, it's comes down to what you're interested in and something creative that maybe the market isn't already saturated with.
Yeah, think of skills that you provide that most people don't, or like little things like home improvement, like DIY projects or anything like that. You can always, offer those services out for that. Maybe you like singing, maybe you like playing music. You can go to like down to different bars and stuff and put a couple of songs on or put up a couple of shows on there and ask them if they're paying anything to play. Comedy is another good one too.
My realtor actually got into comedy, and I went to one of his shows and I was super impressed. So if you like to be funny, there's money in comedy.
Yeah. Again, side hustles don't have to be daunting. They can be fun. Find out something that you enjoy doing. And again, if it's just a few extra bucks, it's a few extra bucks that you didn't have before. And it's something that you enjoy. So it's not really taking time out of your day, not taking away from you, other than doing stuff you want to do and getting a little bit of cash on the side for it. That's the ultimate goal of a side hustle, in my opinion.
To make some money.
Make some money while enjoy doing it as well.
Yeah.
And improve on skills that you might already have or,
Yeah. One thing to think about is avoiding burnout. So if you're working 40 hours a week and also dedicating 15, 20 hours to your side hustle per week, that's a lot of working hours, and it's really easy to become burnout and just not want to do it anymore. So I want to talk about some options for self-care. that you could do if you are, hustling and working 2 jobs pretty much.
Yeah, you definitely want to set those boundaries and avoid overcommitting yourself to anything. But again, like if you end up enjoying those activities, then it doesn't really feel like extra work. But also it is. So keep that in mind. And also if you're dedicating 4 hours to something, you're also got to keep in mind the actual extra work above and beyond that. Like, for example, commute, the work you might have to do, the couple hours on each end of that extra 4 hours. So that time adds up really quick.
Just setting your priorities and knowing what your goals are for every day is so important. And honestly, like I said, just taking a minute to just relax, do an activity you love to do, like watching TV or going for a walk. Just take care of yourself, because when you have money on the mind, it's really easy to forget to take care of what's important, which is yourself.
Absolutely. Always take care of yourself first. The best you is the best foot you can put forward.
Well, we want to thank you all for listening today. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Central WCU. And as always, we look forward to building better lives together.
Thanks, everybody.
The information provided here is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any financial decisions.